Om Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to another Yoga Small Talk, and we continue with 7 minutes Bhagavad Gita a day. So we were reading verse 39, and we also read the commentary of Swami Shivananda, and I wanted us to go through the theory a little bit more in depth, because this is very important to understand the context and the teachings that Lord Krishna is giving to Arjuna. So, usually we talk about 4 paths of yoga. We say Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So, the yoga of selfless service, the yoga of devotion, Bhakti, Raja Yoga, the kingly yoga, the yoga of meditation, and Jnana Yoga, highest knowledge, highest wisdom. And we say there are 4, but actually Adi Shankaracharya and the other great commentators tell us there are only 2. There are only 2, and one of them is the path of action, and one of them is the path of inaction. So, Pravriti Marga, the path of action, we act in order to progress in yoga, to reach the union between the individual and the Supreme. Nivriti Marga, the path of inaction, which includes only Jnana Yoga, only the yoga of wisdom. Now, why this is so important to understand already from this initial stage of the teaching? We are in chapter 2 out of 18. And this is because it gives the context and it corrects the basic fundamental mistake that Arjuna is doing, and of course Arjuna also represents all of us. And we think that renouncing, many of us, maybe not all, we think that renouncing is not doing. Arjuna says, this battle is terrible. I want to renounce it. Better it is indeed to receive alms. I'll go to the forest, be a Swami. Renounce. I don't want to do this battle. I'm not doing. So by not doing, Arjuna says, this is renunciation. I'm leaving everything and going to the forest. And Lord Krishna tells him, this is a fundamental misconception. In order to really renounce, one needs to have the highest knowledge. One needs to really be able to completely self-surrender. And the prerequisites are told to be the viveka, the power of discrimination between the real and unreal, vairagya, non-attachment, and then shatsampat, the 6 noble qualities, and mumukshutvam, burning desire to be liberated. So, for a person who is really qualified to thread the path of knowledge, there is this great understanding that there is nothing to be achieved in this world other than God realization. Everything else is changing, it is ephemeral. Every little bit of pleasure comes together with a lot of pain, and the only knowledge that's worth pursuing is the knowledge of the Supreme. Jnana Yoga, the highest wisdom. So when a person realizes that, and it's not just some intellectual understanding, some philosophical exercise, not at all. It is an experience that this world doesn't really have anything to offer to me. The only reason that I was given this body is that I can use it to reach the Supreme, God realization. And this is the realization of the Jnana Yogi. And from there he renounces the world. But it is not from desire to leave behind something that is very painful, because we cannot escape really this something that is very painful. And Lord Krishna will show it to Arjuna, especially in chapter 11, that he actually demonstrates that this something that is painful actually already happened. You are just an instrument. So we cannot really escape this. So if we call renunciation leaving behind our duty, then we are missing both things. We are not acting in order to grow and to realize the Supreme, and we are not really in a state of inaction. And this is very, very, very fundamental to the understanding of the practices of yoga. Because many times something happens to us, something unpleasant. Let's say we had a bad relationship and we run away to an ashram and we say, I'm done with relationship, I want to be monastic, I am renouncing. But it didn't come because of deep understanding of the nature of the world, of that which is real and unreal. It came because of some feeling of displeasure. So okay, we needed a break, we took this break, and after we relax a little bit, after we become a little bit more happy, we forget the taste of the sorrow, and our innate nature is sending us to pursue other relationships again. So Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, I gave you the highest knowledge. This so you will understand what renunciation really is. And this point we'll repeat again and again and again. We will discuss, of course. But here from the beginning he's saying, but for you, Arjuna, you need to learn about action, because this is what you need to do. You are not ready yet for the path of inaction. And what are the instructions about the path of action, how to do the practices, we will discuss in further talks. Om Shanti.